Hey, what is going on, guys? Going to be a relatively simple video here today because we're just taking a look at the Nepteight Weapons. A little bit odd sounding name, but this is just a weapon set that's actually, now that I'm looking at the box, meant to be used with the USA Gundam, which I don't have, I didn't review, and I don't plan on getting, so we'll have to see how well this can be used on other stuff. It also looks like it's meant to be used for the core Gundam too. I'll have to see if this is going to be able to work on like the Earth 3 Gundam or something, because that's what I actually have here on hand that I can test on. Otherwise, it looks like some of these parts can also be used on some other stuff as well. And I mean, it just looked like a cool part set, so that's why I wanted to check it out. But let's go ahead and just check it out. I'll get it built up and then we'll see how we might be able to actually use this. So here on the front of the box, you can see what all you're going to have included in here over here, and then a couple of examples what the stuff will look like on the GBN base Gundam and then on the Uraven Gundam down here. And again, don't have either of those to be able to try this out, but on the ends of the box you can see this is going to be number 32 in the HG Build Divers R line. On the side of the box here, once again, just a look at everything that's going to be included in the box there, and just kind of the same things that we saw on the front of the box. So there's not really too much else to see on the outside. Let's go ahead and just pop it open. Inside we got some stickers here, and again, if you guys couldn't really tell by this, it seems very obviously kind of Stargazer-inspired just by the design of these weapons, but it looks like we got a couple of small little runners there, about what I would expect, and then our instruction manual here as well. Nepteight Weapons, just the instructions how to build those, how to equip these onto, yes, the Nepteight units. That's right, I forgot that the Nepteight unit and the Nepteight Weapons were sold separately, so anyway, if you have both, there's how to equip those, but yeah, don't have that. Here is a couple other recommendations how to equip this onto the Uraven Gundam, or for example onto the HGCE Force Impulse Gundam, which I don't have that one either here, but I've got some other stuff I think that should work for testing that out at least. But anyway, just how to kind of equip this stuff, how to do all that. Over here we do have a parts list as well, and a color guide just there in Japanese and in English if you want to check that out. But let's go ahead and just take a look at the runners here, see what we got. So here's a look at that sticker sheet. You just have this one big gray circular one, and then a bunch of these little gold ones that are going to be going around on there. And then we've got runner H2 here, which is in a very slightly off-white. It seems it's not really super pure white. And then H3 for a copy of, not that section of the runner, it must be this section of the runner like that, I guess. And then runner I2 is here in a light gray color, and then we also have runner I3 in that same light gray color as well. So it seems simple enough. I'm gonna get this all put together and then we'll see what we can do with it. Alright, so it didn't take long to put together, and here's all the parts. We got like the main backpack part here with a few stickers on there, obviously the gray sticker there in the center, and then the gold stickers around all on there. Those all, I mean, go on pretty nice, they fit pretty well, and this just plugs onto the backpack of different Gundams here, like we'll see in a minute. And then we have the two parts here that will go on the sides of the arms, also just a couple of gold stickers on there, so that just plugs in with your standard 3mm peg. So this is actually quite useful. You'll be able to use this with a lot of different stuff, 30 minutes missions kits as well as frame arms kits as well. This will fit onto there just fine, so those parts will open up like that. So I guess you can use this sort of as like a claw weapon there, kind of on its own, I suppose, as well too. But I think it's supposed to be like a beam emitter out this end, so we'll see that. And then we've got the backpack adapter, so any backpack that has the kind of standard 2-peg system there, you can plug this into the back of that, and it's a nice little detailed little piece there that you can then basically plug that onto there like so, and then have that plugged onto the backpack of whatever. And then our arm adapter pieces, so if you wanted to give this to a kit that doesn't have 3mm peg holes on the side of the arm, just plug that onto there, and then you've just got just a handle for this to make this just a handheld thing instead of something that's actually plugged onto the side of the arm. So you got two of those, one for the left side and one for the right side, so those are opposite like that. So let me pull out some examples. We'll first just test this out here with the Earth 3 Gundam. So easy enough, these just plug onto the sides of the arms, and it's actually kind of a weird plug. As you can see, they don't really fit like really flush onto there. The angle of that part's kind of, I'll have to remove the backpack system that he's got there, and this should fit onto the back there just fine, so that's pretty good. Okay, yeah, all good. I was worried about this thruster bell sticking out, but as you can see, there's like this recessed area there in the center where that will actually fit into, so that works out well. So there we have it, very easy installation here for the Earth 3 Gundam, and I can assume the same would apply for the Mars 4 and the V2 Gundam. The other ones like that should work out just fine on that, so I think it works pretty cool. Obviously a very different aesthetic from like the rest of the armor, but I think if you were to paint it all into like one uniform paint scheme, then I think it would definitely look a lot better. as it is. I mean, it definitely just has the look of just being like an add-on set for it, not really particularly matching, but that's something you could definitely fix with paint if that's not the look that you were going for. And so one other thing too that I didn't mention about the backpack is these top parts can move forward and back like that, and this bottom section here too. Now as for the transformation of that, you're gonna flip out these sections here at the top, flip those all the way around, and those will actually interlock together here at the top. This bottom part here is just going to slide down in theory. There you go, just slide down like that, and that's gonna make half the circle, and the other half is gonna be created here by the arms, so you kind of need to turn the arms to the side and then open these out, and those should lock into place here on the backpack. There we go, there we have it. So those kind of lock into place pretty well. I find like the top parts that don't really lock into there super well, but good enough anyway to recreate the pose. Now I've still not seen the show, so I don't know exactly what this is about, but I can only assume this is supposed to be for like some high-speed form, something similar to like the Stargazer. Basically, since this is obviously very Stargazer styled, I can only assume that that's for a Stargazer style effect of being able to fly super fast then with that big ring on the back. But it does look pretty cool. I mean, especially from the back. From the front, I mean, it looks just kind of awkward. I mean, if you want to do some kind of flying pose like this, then it does look pretty cool for that. And it definitely looks really much better from the back, where you can really get the full effect of that backpack, for those backpack parts. I wish that there was a way to make that backpack effect kind of without having the arms plugged in. I think you probably could do it with a little bit of modification to that, but it would be kind of hard to pull off without having those parts plugged onto the arms, it seems like. So alright guys, just to wrap up the review, then we'll try this out on a couple different kits just so you can get the idea. But like I said, this would work on any kit that has that simple like 2-peg adapter system on the back, or even if it doesn't have that, it would be very simple to modify the backpack adapter for this to work on pretty much any kit that you wanted to. It's just a matter of either drilling or gluing, or just gluing, or just drilling, you know, basically anything that you need to just get that backpack on the back of something, and it should work just fine. So it's a pretty cool weapon system for this, and I could definitely see this being used in a lot of different ways as well too, by just kind of cutting this apart, or being used in different ways, using some of those like the side arm parts as like side skirts, or as like parts mounted up on the shoulders or something like that. You could get a lot more creative with this by cutting it apart and using it basically as different pieces for some sort of kit bash or something like that as well too. So I think there's a lot of potential here for that. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. Is this a cool set, something that you're interested in picking up, or not really, or you already got one, or maybe you've already done something creative with yours? Let me know. And as always guys, you can check this out and everything else down at the link below into USA Gundam Store, and you can use my coupon code there, ZakuAurelius10, to pick this up or anything else there on the site. Save yourself 10%. This weapon set obviously not very expensive, just being a small weapon set, so it's the kind of thing you could pick up one or even multiples of. It's not really going to cost you all that much if you really like this set. So thank you guys as always so much for your support, liking, commenting, subscribing, all that. It's greatly appreciated. And just thank you so much for watching. Until next time guys, hope you're having a great day. Bye bye.